Okie doke. A couple more review problems from the lesson yesterday. So this is lesson 2 continued. And we are doing more of keep, change, flip. Okay, so yesterday I gave you the answers to 5, 6, and 7, and I asked you to try them and see if your answer matched mine. So I'm going to walk you through that today as a little bit more review. Okay, so again, we're writing keep above the first fraction, change above the operation, and flip above the second fraction, because we're going to make 12 a fraction. When we have a whole number, we need to put it over 1. We need to make it a fraction. So we're dividing a fraction by a fraction. And what we're doing is we're actually just changing, when we have a division sentence, we're changing it to a multiplication sentence. Okay, we're going to change it to a multiplication sentence. So we keep the first fraction, we change the sign to multiplication, and we flip the second fraction. So instead of 12 over 1, it's going to be 1/12. Do you know how to multiply fractions? I hope that you're saying, yes, I do, Mrs. Stark, because we just spent an entire chapter 7 on it. So here's the easy part. Now you multiply. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 12 is 48. And there we have it, 1/48. Let's try another one. Keep, change, flip. So I want you to write that over your problem in your notebook every time. Oh, whole number, put it over 1. Keep the first fraction, change the sign, and flip. We're going to reverse it. We're going to flip it. 1/5 is now going to become 5/1. We're flipping it. Flip, flip, flop. Equals 6 times 5 is 30. 1 times 1 is 1. And we can't leave it improper. That's how we get 30. 30 over 1 is the same as 30. Okay, one more. Soon as you see that whole number, put that over 1. Keep, change, flip. Keep 2/3. What are we going to do with the division sign? We're going to change it to multiplication because we're changing this division sentence to multiplication. And we're going to flip 3 over 1/2. You should be thinking 1/3. And now we're ready to multiply, which you already know how to do. 2 times 1 is 2. 3 times 3 is 9. And that is in simplest form. And that's how we arrived at 2/9. Okay, so there's a few more practice problems. And let's take a look at this model really quick. Describe how the model shows that dividing by 2 is the same thing as finding 1/2 of 1/4. So how is it the same as 1/2 times 1/4? So if we have 1/4 divided by 2, that means that we have 2 rows, right? Here's row 1, here's row 2. They split it in half. Here's our 2 rows, right here. Here's our 2. And they split it into fourths, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we were to take this, we can look at this as showing, the model is showing us that out of a total of 8 parts, 1 of those 8s is shaded, 1/4. So when we have 1/4 divided by 2, we change this to a multiplication sentence, we're going to put the 2 over 1, we're going to keep, change, flip. We're going to keep 1/4, we're going to change the sign, and we're going to flip the last fraction. So 2 over 1 is now 1/2. And that's how we arrive at 1/8, like the model shows us. 1/8. Okay, so take your time. Just remember, keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip. You're taking the division sentence and you're turning it into a multiplication sentence. And that's how we divide fractions. Okay, guys? Take your time and think. Bye-bye.